What the heck is Keap, or also known as Infusionsoft? Now, I'm going to explain what this complicated software program is in this video, and I'll be showing you on my computer how I use it for my business and how you can too. So Infusionsoft, or also known as Keap now, I think they changed the name because they were known as Confusionsoft because it's a confusing program to use, is an important part of business. It's basically a CRM. It does two things. It does email marketing to allow you and your business to send out lots of emails. Now I have hundreds of thousands of people that have subscribed to get information from me over the years. And to manage all of these people who want email information from me is just like, it's a lot of work. That's why I use a program to figure everything out. It's also what's called a CRM. Now, what CRM stands for is Customer Relationship Management. Now, I run a digital business. I have a lot of people, especially for my training programs, I have people who just want information from me on, trainings and free trainings and information, or information about my YouTube channel and whatnot. But I also have customers who are enrolled in my training courses. I have a 6-week training course, by the way. If you want more information about that, there's a link in the description and you can sign up, or you can subscribe to my channel and you can go through my free course. Now, let's head over to my computer right here. What you'll see is I'm on the Keap website, which is also known as Infusionsoft. You see right up here. And they changed their name again because I think it's a confusing program. And I actually don't think it's that confusing. It's just funny to make fun of them because they're so self-aware about this issue. Generally speaking, it's the first CRM program that people use in their business. So people who have never used a CRM before, it's confusing because it's a big database. Now here I am in my instance of Infusionsoft, and it gives me a lot of information. The last 30 days I've sent over 1 million emails and all this jazz. So it has a lot of data in here. But what's important about this is I can go to contacts. The first part of this is its contact management. And what we'll see is, if I do a search, you can search for people, all of the people who have subscribed to get information about your business. Now in my case, I've had over 250,000 people subscribe to get information about my business, which is a lot of people, and I can't manually enter in all that information when I'm sending an email. So this program does that for me. And of these 250,000 people who requested information, they're in different groups too. Some people just want free information from me. Some people are actually students and members of my community. I communicate with them in a different way. So really, I send different communications to these two groups of people, and I have them separated within this actual program. Let's do a search for my friend Tyler. Now I can look up somebody's information in here, and I can see, what they've done. They registered for my webinar earlier this year, but they didn't attend the webinar, okay? So I can see this sort of information in Infusionsoft, and this allows me to send different messages to that person by setting different tags. So I can also see if this person is opening or not opening emails from me, depending on what emails I'm sending out at the time. So all of this can be very useful if you're a marketer and if you're doing email marketing and sending out lots of emails or just looking to communicate with your customers in different ways. Those are, I guess, the two big aspects of Infusionsoft. The other big aspect of Infusionsoft is what I call marketing automation. So there's a lot of marketing automation that you can create within Infusionsoft. I want to do certain types of follow-ups to people who subscribe to my email list. I can create different things. I can create different sequences, and I can say, hey, I'd like you to send a text message to this person. I could say, hey, I'd like you to send a voicemail to these 10,000 people. Or hey, I'd like you to send a postcard to these people. Or I would like my sales representatives to schedule calls with these 10,000 people. I can do all sorts of things with people who have gone through and contacted me. Again, it goes much further beyond email marketing. It goes to text message marketing, voicemails, sending letters, etc. And the way it works is, let's say a tag was applied, okay? Let's say I go in here and I say the person left. So I'll say, okay, if somebody left early, I'm going to tell Infusionsoft to do this. So I'm going to set up a sequence that says email sequence. I'm going to set up another sequence that says voicemail. Let's start with this. I'm going to drag these two arrows over there. And let's say I set a delay timer and I say, wait 3 days and then send the person an email. I give it rules, run on a weekday. I say, use the contact's time zone and send the email at 8 a.m. And then I will drag and drop an email, a communication. And I'll say, send them an email. Why'd you leave? And I can double click on that email and I can write a message to them. Okay, I won't go through the whole process of writing a message, but basically I'll select a plain template and I will say use template. This will populate whatever the person's name is. It says, hey, first name, and I'll say, why the heck did you leave my training early? My robot assistant thinks you're crazy. If you want to schedule another time to go through the training, follow this link here, www.training.com. Okay? Regards, John. Okay? So then I'd say, okay, I'd activate it. Now everything by default is set as a draft. So I'll need to activate that to live first, but it's saying, oh, unable to mark as ready, subject is required. So I'll just enter a subject right up here. I'll say, why'd you leave, bro? And then I said ready, and then I'll go back by just clicking on the email sequence. Now I could also set up a number of other communications. So I don't know if I can actually do this from this, but I could say, wait 3 days, and then send the person a voicemail. And I could create a voicemail and record it and upload it and have it send a voicemail. I could also have Infusionsoft send them a fax or a letter. I could actually create a letter and have it sent to the person and say, hey, you still haven't attended the training. Why did you leave? Now I could do this all, then I could activate it as ready. I'd activate the whole sequence as ready. So now, let's say somebody doesn't attend my training. I could send them a voicemail, a fax, a letter, an email, all of the above to ask them to come back to my training. This is the power of marketing. Now, there's a lot of ways to do this, but the point being, you can make this more and more complex if you want. You could have a billion different sequences, you can have more rules. Get very cumbersome to have this much marketing, but at the same time, to have a single person, me, having 250,000 people to contact and being able to send them all emails, voicemails, text messages, letters, faxes. It's unbelievable that each one of us has this power to affect so many people. And this is how you create a digital tribe. Now, if this has been helpful for you, I go over videos every single day about how to build your online business and make more money, specifically online. Subscribe to my channel and you'll also get rewarded with a free course on how to do affiliate marketing, which is what I do to make all of my money. I also suggest you like this video if you got some value from it, and leave a message in the comment if you have any questions about Infusionsoft or any requests for topics you'd like to see me talk about next. Please leave that in the comments.